Hi everyone. One of my mentors asked me to listen to an audio tape called The Strangest Secret in the World by Earl Nightingale for 90 days continuously, every day. It's a 30-minute tape, and he promised me that if I do it, it'll change my mindset about success and life. And it's true. The Strangest Secret was a 1956 audio tape recorded by Earl Nightingale, which sold over 1 million copies around the world. Because of listening to this tape multiple times, I can reproduce it now line by line. And in this video, I'm going to share the key points from this tape, and it's life changing. I'm going to use the same words of Earl Nightingale because there's a power in those words. The tape starts with the definition of success and the power of goal setting. If someone is working towards a predetermined goal and knows where he or she is going, that person is a success. Have you ever wondered why so many people work so hard and honestly without ever achieving anything in particular, and why others don't seem to work hard at all and seems to get everything? They seem to have that magic touch. You've heard people saying, right? Everything he touches turns to gold. Have you ever noticed that a person who becomes successful tends to continue to become more successful, and on the other hand, people who fail, they tend to fail more, continue to fail. The difference: goals. People with goals succeed because they know where they are going, and it's that simple. Failures, on the other hand, believe that their lives are shaped by circumstances, by things that happen to them, and by exterior forces. Think of a ship with the complete voyage mapped out and planned. The captain and crew, they know exactly where the ship is going and how long it will take. It has a definite goal. And 9,999 times out of 10,000, it will get there. Now let's take another ship, just like the first, only let's not put a crew on it or a captain. Let's give it no aiming point, no goal, and no destination. We just start the engines and let it go. Right? I think you will agree it will either sink or wind up on some deserted beach. It can't go any place because it has no destination and no guidance. It's the same thing with us human beings. The second principle in this audiobook is about the power of thoughts. Throughout history, the great wise men and teachers, philosophers and prophets have disagreed with one another on many different things. It is only on this one point that they are in complete agreement. The key to success and the key to failure is this: we become what we think about. I repeat, we become what we think about. And this is the most important lesson from this tape, and this is the strangest secret, by the way. Now, it was first shared by some of the earliest wise men, and it appears again and again throughout the Bible, but very few people have learned it or understood it. That's why it's strange, and for some equally strange reason, it virtually remains a secret. Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor, said, "A man's life is what his thoughts make of it." Disraeli said this: "Everything comes if a man will only wait. A human being with a settled purpose must accomplish it, and nothing can resist it." Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, put it this way: if you think in negative terms, you will get negative results. If you think in positive terms, you will achieve positive results. George Bernard Shaw said, and this is my favorite: people are always blaming their circumstances for what they are. I don't believe in circumstances. The people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want, and if they can't find them, they make them. Pretty clear, isn't it? We become what we think about. A person who is thinking about a concrete and worthwhile goal is going to reach it because that's what he's thinking about. Conversely, the person who has no goal, who doesn't know where he is going, his thoughts will be thoughts of confusion, fear, worry, and all those things. And he'll create a life of frustration, fear, and worry. And if he thinks about nothing, he becomes nothing. There's a saying, right? As you sow, so shall you reap. The human mind is much like a farmer's land. The land gives the farmer a choice. He may plant in that land whatever he chooses. The land doesn't care what is planted. It's up to the farmer to make the decision. The mind, like the land, will return what you plant. It doesn't care what you plant. If the farmer plants, say, two seeds, one a seed of corn, the other a deadly poison. If he waters every day and takes care of the land, what will happen? Remember, the land doesn't care. It will return poison in just as wonderful abundance as it will return corn. The human mind is far more fertile, far more incredible and mysterious than the land. But it works the same way. It doesn't care what we plant, success or failure. A concrete, worthwhile goal or confusion or misunderstanding, fear or worry, whatever we plant, it must return to you. So decide now. What is it you want? Plant your goal in your mind. It's one of the most important decisions you will ever make in your entire life, believe me. Do you want to excel at your particular job? Do you want to go places in your company, in your community? Do you want to get rich? Whatever is your goal, all you have got to do is plant that seed in your mind, care for it, work steadily towards it, and then it'll become your reality. You see, that's a law, right? Like the Newton's law of gravity. If you get on top of a building and jump off, you'll always go down. You will never go up, right? It's a law. It's the same with all the other laws of nature. They always work. They are inflexible. Think about your goal in a relaxed, positive way. Picture yourself in your mind's eye as having already achieved this goal. See yourself doing the things you'll be doing when you have reached your goal. Every one of us is the sum total of our own thoughts. Where we are right now is because of the kind of thoughts we had, and we are in the place we want to be and we deserve to be. So each of us must leave off the fruit of our thoughts in the future, because what you think today and tomorrow, next month and next year will mold your life and determine your future. We are guided by our mind. We must control our thinking. The same rule that can lead people to success, wealth, happiness, and all the things they ever dreamed of, that very same law can also lead them into the gutter. It's all in how they use it, for good or for bad. And that's it. That's the strangest secret. So do what the experts since the dawn of recorded history have told us to do. Pay the price by becoming the person you want to become. The moment you decide on a goal and when you work towards it, you're a successful person. Because you are in that rare group of people who know where they are going. Don't concern yourself too much with how you're going to achieve. Leave that completely to a power greater than yourself. All you have to do is to know where you're going. The answers will come to you of their own and at the right time. You have nothing to lose, but you have your whole life to win. So Earl Nightingale, shares a 30-day action plan for putting the strangest secret to work for you. So let's start. For the next 30 days, follow each of the steps. There are a couple of steps every day until you have achieved your goal. Number 1, write on a card what it is that you want more than anything else. It may be more money. Perhaps you would like to double your income or make a specific amount of money. It may be beautiful home. It may be success at your job. It may be a particular position in life. It could be more harmonious family relationships. Whatever it is, write down your goal in a card. Specifically what is that you want. Number 2, make sure it's a single goal and clearly defined. And you don't have to show it to anybody, but carry it with you all the time. You can look at it several times a day. Think about it in a cheerful, relaxed, positive, the most relaxed way in the morning when you get up, and look at it at every chance you get during the day and just before going to bed at night. As you look at it, remember that you must become what you think about, and since you are thinking about your goal, you realize that soon it will be yours. In fact, it's really yours the moment you write it down and begin to think about it. Right? Number three, stop thinking about what it is you fear. Each time a fearful or negative thought comes into your mind, replace it with a mental picture of your positive and worthwhile goal. And there will be a time when you feel like giving up. It's easier for a human being to think negatively than positively. We all know, right? That's why only 5% are really successful. You must begin now to place yourself in that group. Number four, act as though it were impossible to fail, no matter what's your goal. If you kept your goal before you every day, you will wonder and marvel at this new life you have found. Now, one very important principle in this tape. Number five, your success will always be measured by the quality and the quantity of service you render. Success is in direct proportion to our service. Most people have this law backwards. It's like the man who stands in front of the stove and say to it, give me heat and then I will add the wood. Now, how many people do who takes the same attitude towards life? We have got to put the fuel in before we can expect heat. Likewise, we have got to be of service first before we can expect money. Don't concern yourself with the money. Be of service. Build, work, dream, create. And do this and you will find there is no limit to the prosperity and abundance that will come to you. Don't start your test until you have made up your mind to stick with it. Because if you fail during your first 30 days, find it, if you find yourself overwhelmed by negative thoughts, simply start over again, from the scratch, from the beginning, and go for 30 more days. Gradually, your new habit will form until you find yourself one of that wonderful minority to whom virtually nothing is impossible. Above all, don't worry. Worry brings fear, and fear is crippling. The only thing that can cause you to worry during your test is trying to do it all yourself. Know that all you have to do is hold your goal before you, and everything else will take care of itself. So take this 30-day test and then repeat it again, each time till it become part of yourself. And then you'll be wondering, how could I ever have lived the other way? So live this new way and the floodgates of abundance will open and pour over you more riches than you may have ever dreamed existed. But what's more important, you will have peace, you will be in that wonderful, in a state that will be calm, cheerful, and successful, of course. So that's it. So this is the strangest secret in the world. The three key things he talks about is pretty straightforward. Number one, have a clear goal. Number two, you are what you think, so think positive. Number three, serve others. And take up the 30-day challenge. It sounds simple, you must have heard it before, but the power is in practice. If you just work on these three principles and take up the challenge, I promise you your life will never be the same. And listen to this again and again. My version of this tape or the actual 30-minute tape by Earl Nightingale every day. You can find the actual recording of Earl Nightingale on my YouTube playlist under the heading Audio Tapes. You can listen to the original one as well. So listen every day till these principles are deeply imprinted in your subconscious mind. So don't stop till the goal is achieved. All the very best. Thank you so much for watching. Stay happy, stay healthy.